Guys, in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the P50 lotion from Biologique Recherche. I have gotten so many requests over the years to review this product. If you're new here, by the way, welcome. My name is Andrea. I'm a board certified dermatologist. I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the thumbs up. It really helps my videos out a lot. All right, so this company, it's a French brand and they've been around for a while and they have a ton of skincare products, but they're most well known for their P50 lotions. Specifically, this one is the original one. It's been around since the 70s. And now there are about, I think, 7 different P50 lotions. I'm just gonna review Lotion P50 1970, the OG one. I've been using this since March 1st, actually. It calls itself a lotion, but it's not actually a lotion. It's a liquid exfoliant or a toner. It has lactic acid, which is an alpha hydroxy acid that can help very gently exfoliate dry built up skin cells. And it also has beta hydroxy acid or salicylic acid, which also exfoliates dead skin cells, but is most well known for getting into the pores and helping with maybe blackheads, helping impart some acne control. It's also an anti-inflammatory hydroxy acid. If you're not familiar with alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids though, definitely check out some of my videos going into detail about the different types. So I will link those down below or put them in a card somewhere. It's also got sulfur in it, which is anti-inflammatory and helps impart some acne control. And I've got a video as a side note all about the benefits of sulfur in skincare. So that's another one to check out if you've never heard of sulfur in your skincare products and you're like, what the heck? It often imparts the smell of rotting eggs, but it is a beneficial ingredient. And it's got niacinamide in it, another wonderful ingredient that's anti-inflammatory, can help calm down redness. And it's got some botanic extract, specifically burdock root, which is anti-inflammatory. And beyond that, I think one of the reasons why this product is kind of put on a pedestal and people are somewhat afraid of it is because it has phenol in it. And phenol is an ingredient that can be very harmful in large doses. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad. You know, it's not the poison, it's the dose. Yeah, you'll find phenol in a variety of household disinfectants. Phenol has kind of an anesthetic property to it. And so for that reason, it is the active ingredient in chloroseptic throat spray. Oh God, I sense a TikTok trend coming on of people doing chloroseptic face toner. Chloroseptic, no, don't do that. All right, so why would you be putting it on your skin? In very low concentrations, what it does is it kind of denatures proteins, it kind of helps exfoliate things and allows for better penetration. In dermatology, we actually use it at high concentrations in a type of deep chemical peel, but it can be very dangerous at high concentrations when applied to the skin. But in this product, we're talking about very low doses of phenol, likely like low concentrations. We also use it in dermatology and podiatry to treat ingrown toenails as part of something called a phenol matrixectomy. Basically, because it is caustic, we put it on at 88% strength to the nail matrix to destroy it, to treat the ingrown nail. It's a very effective procedure, actually. And so, you know, we use it in medicine a lot. And again, as I've said in many of my videos with ingredients that are controversial, it's not the poison, it's the dose. You know, you don't want to ingest large quantities of phenol. That's very dangerous. You don't want your skin to come in contact with high percentage concentrations of phenol. But in a product like this, it's going to be very low concentration. And what that ends up doing is helping perhaps with ingredient penetration, denaturing some proteins on the surface of the skin, that dead built up layer. But, you know, the environmental not working group likes to, you know, fear monger unnecessarily. So they have made people terrified of phenol. And, you know, this company has a variety of different renditions of the P50 lotion that contain alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids, but don't have the phenol. So if you don't want to use the phenol, then, you know, you have other options. But for me, I wanted to try out the OG one. And I will say this, because it does have phenol in it, it smells like embalming fluid. If you have ever, you know, taken an anatomy class, you will recognize the smell immediately. All right, but how do you use this product? It's a liquid exfoliant, a toner. So the way to use it, you can use it either at nighttime or in the morning. You want to start with clean skin. So if you're using this at the end of the day, definitely wash your face first, soak a cotton pad with it, and then you pat it into the skin, trying to cover the surface of the skin in an even fashion. You want to avoid getting this around your eyes. Now, I will list down below, there's actually a demo video on the website where I purchased this. They do a pretty good job walking you through how to apply it. But one thing I will point out on that particular tutorial, as well as on this product, it instructs you to apply this to the neck and décolleté. Now, because this is an exfoliant, one thing you have to bear in mind is that the skin on the neck is very thin and more prone to irritation. So I would caution you to not go right in and start putting it on your neck. Especially if you have never used any kind of liquid exfoliant or exfoliant to the neck, it can cause too much irritation for you there. Instead, what I recommend with a product like this is first using a test spot, doing a test spot to see how your skin reacts to the product. For that reason, because this is, not an inexpensive purchase, I suggest trying the travel size first rather than investing in the large bottle. And doing a test spot first to make sure that your skin is not easily irritated by it. And then, as far as the neck, I would be very careful not to use too much. And if you find that your skin's getting a little too dry from it, go down in terms of the frequency of use of it. Now, after you apply it to the skin, they talk about it tingling and burning and having some discomfort. I never felt that with this product, and I think it's because of the phenol. It has kind of a numbing effect, but not tingly, uncomfortable. That tingly, uncomfortable that you feel with glycolic acid, I didn't appreciate with this. It just kind of felt like a little bit of like the sensation when you get chloroseptic on your skin. If you've ever used chloroseptic throat spray, that's how this is. For me personally, I developed no irritation with this product. Comfortably used it all over my face. I also used it on my neck a few times a week, but I used it to my entire face, sparing around the eyelids daily, and I have been using it that way. I use it in the morning because, another important point, I use retinoic acid, aka tretinoin, at nighttime. You do not want to use this along with tretinoin because that can cause a lot of irritation. If you are already using tretinoin, or you've recently started using tretinoin, or any other type of form of vitamin A, be very careful introducing this into your skincare routine. In fact, it may likely be premature to consider introducing something like this until you have been using that form of topical vitamin A for several months and your skin is, kind of used to it and it's no longer irritating. Only then would you entertain the idea of introducing another product like this, because this, like topical vitamin A, it's going to thin that top dead layer of the skin. And for some people, that's going to end up causing too much dryness and irritation. But I've been using retinoic acid for years now. And so my skin is, was okay. But I did use it in the morning. Now, after I patted it into my skin in the morning, allow it to absorb fully, and then I would apply sunscreen on over it. That is very important because this has alpha hydroxy acids in it that will make your skin a little bit more sensitive to the sun. And whenever you use an exfoliant, what ends up happening is that it's not so much that your skin is more sensitive, but because it sort of smooths out and evens out the surface of the skin, the light from the sun, it kind of focuses a little bit more intensely. So you have to be mindful of that. Make sure, of course, that you're wearing sunscreen and protecting your skin from the sun. For some people, using a product like this will cause a lot of irritation in the beginning, a lot of peeling, especially if you are naive to any form of topical exfoliant. You may experience some irritation. Some people who have acne may find that they start getting more acne spots in the beginning. They refer to this as purging. That should not last more than a few weeks with something like this, after which, if it continues, it's likely just that the product is too irritating for you, in which case I don't suggest continuing using it. But otherwise, this is a product that ultimately can help people with acne because it's got salicylic acid in it, which helps with the pores and helps with oiliness, and it has sulfur, which is wonderful for acne as well. This product probably is not going to be well tolerated for those of you with very sensitive skin or rosacea because of the hydroxy acids. It can be, burn, sting, and precipitate a flare of rosacea. So I wouldn't use it if that is you. But all that yammering aside, for me, I find that this product works just fine. I've had no irritation or issues with it. And I do appreciate slightly smoother skin with this, but that's similar to any other liquid exfoliant or exfoliant that I've ever used. And like I said, I've tolerated this really well. It's caused no irritation. I didn't get any peeling or anything like that with this product. I think it's very gentle despite the kind of tiptoeing around it. I actually think it's a very gentle exfoliant in comparison to what else is available that you can buy these days, which brings me to my next point. Is this worth the hype? Here's the thing. I think this is a good product overall. I think it is a very good product, actually. I think the formulator paid a lot of attention to detail of ingredients that actually matter for the skin and can benefit the skin, and created a product that would be beneficial. It has been around for a long time, and I think back in the 70s there were not all of these skincare products out there. There weren't competitors. So I don't think that the manufacturer at that time had this kind of pressure to wow an audience or compete. Their focus was creating a product that worked, which is why there's no added fragrance to mask that horrible cadaver smell that you're gonna get with this. They really just wanted to focus on ingredients that actually would work for the consumer. So I think overall it is a very good product, but fast forward to 2021 and a lactic acid liquid exfoliant is a dime a dozen. You can find tons of them and they too are good. You can find an AHA, BHA liquid exfoliant from a variety of makers for a fraction of the price of this product. Paula's Choice BHA liquid exfoliant is a great option. Of course, it doesn't have sulfur or phenol, but it's ultimately the end result is going to be the same. The end outcome is going to be the same. Good Molecules Overnight Peel, is it called? A combination of AHA and BHA used 3 times a week per their instructions. Likewise, a good product. $6, $7, a fraction of the price. Same types of ingredients. The end result is going to be the same. People will always ask me, well, how does it compare to this? How does it compare to that? How does it compare to this? Truthfully, with a product like this, we don't get a lot of disclosure. We don't get any disclosure as far as the concentration of the ingredients. We're just kind of going on faith that they are in concentrations, and the overall formulation is such that the product is going to work. As somebody who has been using this now for a while, I do believe that it does work based on my personal experience using it. But do I think that it works any better than any other AHA, BHA product out there on the market? No, not at all. And the phenol, it's novel in a skincare product, I suppose. But once you kind of get past that, it's kind of, I don't really think that it adds much, to be honest. I don't think it adds much to this product overall, other than kind of creating this mystery, especially since in most countries besides the US, phenol is banned in products. But here it's not. I mean, we tend to take the approach that we require a lot of proof that something is harmful before we ban it. Whereas other places take the opposite approach. They want proof that something is like super, super safe until, they'll allow it. So that's just a difference, honestly, in regulatory bodies. It doesn't really speak to the ingredient. But the Environmental Not Working Group loves to leverage that difference to, promote their agenda, which is not based in science. One of these days, the Environmental Not Working Group is going to figure out that you can drown in water, and they're going to give it, a rating of whatever is bad according to them. Because it's a toxic chemical that can result in death. Well, it's not the ingredient, it's the dose and the exposure. Anyways, I digress. I love to rant about the Environmental Not Working Group. So I think it's a good product, like I said, but I mean, it's not any different than any exfoliant out there on the market as far as the end result that you're gonna get. I think back in the 70s, this was, probably about it. And so, I think that's really when it started to take speed. Here are some of the other reasons why this is a particularly hyped up product. First and foremost, it is hard to come by. You can't just walk into a store and pick this up off the shelf and buy it. So it creates that, kind of luxury appeal of something that is difficult to access. You can only buy it online from 2 places. Paul Lebrec, I think is one, and then where I purchased it, Rescue Spa. I don't recommend trying to buy it anywhere else because these are confirmed places to buy it online. Otherwise, you might likely get a counterfeit, and that could, you don't want that. This brand actually is very particular about their products. They actually have like a tracking code. I mean, a lot of brands do this now, but they have a tracking code. So they're really particular about the distribution, I should say, of their products. So those are 2 reputable sites. And I mentioned I was gonna talk about my purchasing experience. I did buy this from Rescue Spa. And you do have to create an account before you can buy anything from them. And that's not scary. You just put your email address in and create a password. And I was a little nervous that they were gonna, spam me to bits with stuff, but they have not sent me any spam. 0 advertisements, 0 flyers, 0, hey, you wanna buy something? They just sent emails in a timely manner communicating my purchase of this and its expected arrival date, etc. But otherwise, I have not heard from them. They have left me alone. So I greatly appreciate that. The product was $106 for the 8.5 ounces. That got me free shipping. And then it was $8.75 of tax. So it's expensive, but I mean, if we look at the landscape of skincare today, I kind of think this is middle of the road as far as price point. People talk about it being like really expensive, but if we look at the landscape of things out there, of course there are great brands out there that are much more affordable than this, like, Good Molecules, for example. And Paula's Choice is a lot more affordable than this. Very good product. So yeah, I mean, it's expensive relative to those things which work and have similar ingredients. But you do have things on the other end of the spectrum that are even more expensive and, similar ingredients, a lot of times with a bunch of goofy fragrance. But part of the price point is, they create this air of mystery around it, and that is difficult to come by. So you see, a magazine article and a celebrity says that they use it, and then you become like, I've got to get that, I've got to get that. It's an effective form of marketing. That actually is part of what medical grade skincare is all about, actually, as a side note. I'm very tangential on this, but these points matter. Medical grade skincare creates a similar air of like, oh, well, you have to go to a professional to acquire it. Whatever, I mean, salicylic acid is salicylic acid, like, calm down. But yeah, that's why medical grade skincare is so expensive. It's that kind of additional mystique. Some of this type of marketing though, I personally think is going by the wayside. Nowadays, people just go online and buy stuff, and they're not falling for it anymore. Gen Z especially is very savvy to this, and they're not having it. So I think a lot of that type of marketing is going to go by the wayside. Another reason for the hype, it is expensive, especially historically. It's kind of expensive. But as I said, in today's landscape of skincare, middle of the road. The celebrity factor. The large bottle, the 8.4 fluid ounces, is good for 12 months after opening, as a side note. So it should actually, you don't need that much. Again, I don't actually really think that this is that expensive because, like I said, I've been using it since March 1st, and I don't know, I think I've made it about a third of the way through. But if you were on a budget right now and you're looking for an exfoliant, you don't need this. Like, you do not need to buy this. It's lactic acid, sal acid, and embalming fluid, whatever. Just get, again, like I said, the Good Molecules product is effective. That just comes to mind. I'll list some down below in the description box. You can peruse them, see what meets your, budget and what have you. But I mean, nowadays AHA, BHA, it's a dime a dozen. You don't need a special, you know, crafted one from France that's been around since the 70s with like, you know, these kind of niche ingredients, whatever. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.